Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to the worst writer in the world with me, Rufus, and my angry, green, enormous companion.
Hulkwood Long!
What?
Hulkwood Long. You see what I did? I said Hulkwood Long. Do you like it?
Nice.
That's Thank you very much.
Because you are looking quite green today, you know, quite green and angry. I mean, you're always angry, but you're unusually green today, and that makes me nervous.
I am. I mean, I am very angry today, and I am wearing green. So you're correct.
And you're massive. Your head, particularly, is massive.
Thank you very much.
It's so big.
And that is why I'm called Hulkwood Long, which is a brilliant joke, isn't it? A brilliant joke.
I mean, I've got a good feeling about this week's episode. Whatever we do, I'm sure it'll be amazing with jokes like Hulkwood Long.
Hey,
what?
That actually reminds me of a brilliant joke. Yeah.
No, sorry to doubt you. Immediately. I just thought of a brilliant joke. Oh, yeah, right. No, go
actually,
on.
to be fair, you should doubt me because it isn't a brilliant joke, and it's not. Some people might even say it's definitely not a joke because it isn't.
Okay, tell me.
Well, you remember Lee Brumby?
No, well,
right?
no, right? Because I don't think I ever met him, but I'm very aware of his name because you mention him all the time, and it's someone you went to primary school with, right? Who, for some reason, you're still talking about 30 years later.
Jumpin' Poo.
Did he create Jumpin' Poo, the game Jumpin' Poo?
Yeah.
Famous for when you had to not jump in poo.
Yeah, not Jumpin' Poo, but kind of jumping it.
Okay. Yeah, all right. What about him?
Well, guys, so one day he arrived at school. Well, I mean, I know he arrived at school every day, actually. But he had like a Marvel annual with him.
Why are you telling me this?
He had a Marvel annual with him. This was before Marvel was famous, of course.
No, it wasn't. It was before it had a cinematic universe, though, right?
Yeah, before it was famous. When it was just rubbish books.
When it was just comics that people read.
When you had to read Marvel before you could look at it and see that it was rubbish.
Yeah,
you had to
pictures
read
in
it
comics. Thank goodness for movies.
Yeah, he had a Marvel annual, but he claimed it was a joke book. No, I don't know why, but he insisted it was a joke book.
Right.
And he, and we were like, well, okay, if it's a joke book, tell us a joke book from your joke book.
Yeah, I mean, you were young too, right? Tell us a joke book. What?
Yeah.
No wonder he was confused.
And so he opened it and he went.
And so what are you gonna tell a joke that someone at primary school made up?
No, good point actually, because that would be copyright infringement.
You got the rights to this joke.
Okay, forget I said anything. Maybe I'll tell you the joke.
I'm not sure
when no one's listening.
I'm not sure it's copyrighted. I think you're safe. I doubt like 7-year-old Lee Brumby was like, oh, I'll tell you the joke in a minute. I've just got to copyright it first. I just got to take my joke to the joke patent office. All right, but I think we've probably spent enough time talking about you being in primary school.
Yeah, we should talk about this show, shouldn't we?
Yes,
because I've been thinking about last week's episode,
Right.
Blood Red Terror Hood.
Yeah.
And at the end, the amazing twist was it turned out that
the wolf
the
was
narrator
on
was
Gallifrey.
the narrator was Wolfie. He was on Gallifrey. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, how did he know what happened in the story then? So like,
Time Lord.
didn't make any sense, did it?
If Time Lord probably took him and let him have a look. He was like in the future. He goes back and has a look like from behind a tree, while Blood Red Terror Hood's looking at pictures of herself on wanted posters.
Because he said he was trapped on Gallifrey, so it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So I demand that I don't get 19 out of 20 for it.
You always get 19 out of 20 because Mr. Cotton did not read your writing. All right, so let's get on with the beginning of the show, shall we? Thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show. Thanks to our lovely patrons on Patreon for patronising this show. And thanks to you for listening to this show and no other shows ever because this one takes up all your time because you listen to it over and over again for a week, and then we give you another one.
Yes!
So this week it's time for another Howard Short. Are you ready, Howard?
I am. Thank you.
Nailed it. Howard, I have been having a look through your school books, and I have found something that I would like to read to you.
Oh, you're nosy, you, aren't you? Oh, looking through my books. You've been looking for naughty pictures, haven't you? Did you draw some in?
I did.
You've been drawing things,
I tell you
drawing
what,
boobies on things?
I got in such trouble with Mr. Cotton for doing it.
Ooh.
He's so annoyed with me. He came around my house. He was like, what are you doing to little Howard's books, Rufus? Stop drawing boobies in his books, he said.
Ooh.
And I was like, Mr. Cotton, are you a ghost? He said, no, I'm not. Anyway, tell me about your feelings. Now, have you been having any trouble? Do you want to get in bed and I'll psychoanalyze you? You are a ghost, Mr. Cotton. I knew you were. I'm not a ghost. Anyway, I've got to go and have dinner with me wife now. It's our anniversary, don't you know?
She doesn't know I'm coming, though, because I've died.
Yeah, I got shot a few weeks ago. Anyway, gotta go. Bye. Got to go and have dinner with me wife.
That all happened.
all that was real, yes. And when Mr. Cotton left to go and have dinner with his wife, although she doesn't know that, I found a story that I would like to read for you.
Ooh. Let me guess what it's called.
Okay.
Is it called Mr. Magic Man and the Land of the Lovely Lumps?
Tragically, no. Tragically, it is not called Mr. Magic Man and the Land of the Lovely Lumps. But I would like to set you homework to write that. If I could.
Let me write it down. I think everyone should have a go.
Yeah, all right. This is from your second year of middle school. So you're going to be 12 when you wrote this. It's from the same book as Little Red Riding Hood, Wolfie, the Red Terror Hood story. Yeah. It's only a few pages later. And also, you remember, I don't know if you remember talking about this, the problem with paragraphing. Mm-hmm. And I said that I'd noticed there was something about paragraphing in one of your books, and it might be after this. Well, I checked, and it is after this.
Wow.
And after both of these stories. But it actually, the little thing that you wrote about paragraphing comes after a note from your teacher that says, mind your paragraphs. And it looks like he cared so much about you individually that after seeing your paragraphing wasn't very good, he made the whole class study paragraphs. Teacher's pet probably gave him an apple.
Right, I was the only one not using paragraphs, probably.
Or that. All right, now, this story is called Daft John.
Ooh.
Not Daft anyone else. It is called Daft John.
It's not called Daft John, though, is it? Because it was written in Coville, so it's called Daft John.
Sorry, it's called Daft John.
Yeah, Daft John.
It's called Daft John.
Daft John. You all right, Daft John? Yeah, I'm all right, yeah, right. I'm Daft, me. Hey, it's Daft John. That's why they call me Daft John.
Daft John.
That's why they call me Daft John, because I'm daft.
So we know what his voice is going to be then. That's nice of you to choose it. Don't have to worry now, do I? All right, so he's from Coville.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Daft John. What are you doing?
Famous Coville accent. Yeah, my name's Daft John from Coville.
Neither of us can do a Coville accent, so anything that's just a little bit like vaguely northern and sounds a bit Yorkshire but not quite. So slight cross between Birmingham and Yorkshire. That's what Coville is.
Yeah, help me, duck.
Hey, fucking hell, duck. Where's me sausages gone?
Gora.
Have you seen me dog? And all those other famous Coville catchphrases.
Yeah. Sorry for just insulting so many members of our audience. They've quit listening now. All those Colville listeners who are offended at our Mickey taking.
Do we have any Coville listeners?
Well, my mum doesn't listen. We know that much.
No, but she watches sometimes.
Yes.
She sometimes watches our audio podcast and then tells you suck. All right.
Okay, Daft John.
There's no one called Daft John in this story.
Oh. Don't spoil it for yourself.
Well, I want to know what voices to use. I'm not reading it, I'm just looking at the names. There's someone called Prince, and it's in first person. I don't see the name Daft John anywhere except in the title.
That's the twist. And you've ruined it. And the twist was Daft John been dead all along, and that's why I want in story.
I think it must be. Oh, no, hang on. There's a little pencil mark. John Daft with an E. Mm-hmm. Nickname, Prince Kong. And there's someone called Prince throughout it. So I guess Prince is Daft John.
Right. I mean, that's a really brilliant decision to make in my story by calling it Daft John after the main character who isn't called that.
And also, it's only in pencil notes at the top and never mentions.
Yeah.
Never mentions. I mean, maybe I've just missed the where. Maybe it will say that somewhere that he's Daft John, but it looks like you just call him Prince throughout the story and just for some reason call it Daft John.
I think that the reason probably is that I started writing a story called Daft John. Forgot to put someone called Daft John in it, and then retconned it and said but this guy that isn't called Daft John is called Daft John.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Yeah, because we know there's no planning; it's just made up as it's gone along. So.
Yeah. Anyway, the first line is, partly the reason I chose this one is because it's called Daft John.
You're disappointed now, then, aren't you? There's not in it.
Yeah, yes, I am. But partly I chose it for the first line, which is a ghost.
Ooh.
I said. Yeah, a ghost, said Prince. Are you sure, Prince? Well, of course I'm sure. This dialogue is popping. This is an amazing opening to a story.
Thank you.
I felt that first line promised me so much, and immediately that promise has been broken. Are you sure, Prince? Well, of course, I'm sure, said Prince. How did it get in there then? I said.
How did it get in there?
How did it get in there then?
Fucking floated.
I was running along when suddenly a cat walked out in front of me and, well, I trod on it. What the fuck?
And that is how the ghost got in.
Now, I said, how did the ghost get in there? Yeah. Not, why have you got a load of cat blood on your shoe?
Yeah.
You trod on it, I said.
Mm-hmm.
But what's that got to do with swallowing ghosts?
Oh, swallowing ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How did it get in there?
So it's another little homoerotic story then, this one, is it? Oh, let me show you how it got in.
Yeah. I didn't say I've been swallowing ghosts. I said I've been blowing truckers. I was trying out a new euphemism. I thought, don't go around saying you've been blowing truckers. Say you've been swallowing ghosts. Oh, where you been? I've been out swallowing ghosts at the truck stop in the toilets.
Yeah.
With a trucker's penis in my mouth. Make it a bit less obvious. A bit of euphemism.
I mean, even if it isn't a euphemism and he has been swallowing ghosts, is that how you swallow a ghost? I tried on a cat and I swallowed a ghost.
No, we all know the way you swallow ghosts is you suck them out of a trucker's penis.
I quite like swallowing these ghosts. Am I going to swallow some more ghosts later?
Nigel, do you want to come and swallow some ghosts with me? Yeah, that sounds really good. Because then we won't be haunted by ghosts, right? Because we'll have swallowed them all out of your penis and mine.
Yeah, my penis ghosts, yeah.
They're a bit liquidy, unusual, very ectoplasmy, to be honest, but they're definitely ghosts.
Penis ghosts all over my face. Yeah, sorry about that.
I got overexcited. Didn't even get near your mouth. Just right in your eyes. That's okay. I don't mind. So, but what's that got to do with swallowing ghosts? I said.
Nothing.
Hold it! I haven't finished yet, said Prince. Well, as I was saying, I trod on the cat. I was practising on Bell Green. I hoped nobody would see, but then the owner walked up to me. You've killed my cat, she shouted.
Jesus.
May the ghost of Tiddles haunt you forever. Then she vanished. And a spray of white smoke shot in mouth, which was open because I'd never seen someone vanish before. All right, okay.
Wait, who vanished? What's going on? And what was he practising on Bell Green?
I don't know what he was
practising
because
standing
he just
on
says,
cats, right?
That's the only thing it could be.
Yeah, because he's hoping the owner wouldn't see. He's like, I was on Bell Green practising standing on cats, hoping the owner wouldn't see.
But then the owner walked up and said, "You've killed my cat," because he was practising. He doesn't mean to kill them. He just wants to tread on them.
Right.
But he's not good at it yet. He's got to practice. He's still killing them.
It's a bit like jumping poo, you know. You don't want to actually land directly in the poo. You just want to get on the edge of it, right?
Why? Why are you always thinking about things that happened to you at primary school? Why is it always so forefront in your mind?
Because nothing's happened since.
You know, since we decided that a joke made up by a 7-year-old like 30 years ago is not copyrighted, maybe you could tell us Lee Brumby's joke now, because you spent a while setting it up earlier and we never got to hear it. So come on, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So Lee Brumby had brought to school a Marvel annual, right? It was clearly a Marvel annual. It had like Iron Man or something on the front of it, if that's a Marvel character.
It is, yeah.
Okay, don't phone in and tell me if it is or isn't.
I already told you.
Don't care. Don't be phoning in telling me what Iron Man is.
Yeah, all right. You're too cool for comics, I know.
And,
Go and read your Doctor Who books. Go on. Yes, I'm too cool for comics. I'm over here with my Terrence Dicks.
Yeah. Just reading this really good passage about Doctor Who kissing a woman.
Oh, wheezing and groaning as he does it. Oh, I don't like it when Doctor Who kisses women.
Yeah,
we can do it more often.
Thing.
Dad, come and get me.
Yeah. Russell T Davis heard our podcast and was like, I'm going to make sure that Doctor Who kisses a woman every week, and that'll really make Howard cry. And and the whole show became about Doctor Who kissing, and not just women, men as well, and robots probably.
And his own reflection, just in the mirror, just going, "Oh, Doctor Who,
hey,
come on, you're so handsome.
Come on, K9, let's go dogging. I've heard it can be quite fun." Affirmative, master.
Basically, I'm going to sit in my car and wank, and you are going to watch me. Okay, I think that's what it is.
I know, I can't be bothered. I'll tell you that joke some other time as well.
Okay, fair enough. So this woman, essentially, the owner came over, said, "You've killed my cat." And then she said, "May the ghost of Tiddles haunt you forever." Then she vanished. The owner vanished.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
And a spray of white smoke shot in me mouth, which was open because I've never seen someone vanish before.
So it seems like the ghost that's gone in his mouth isn't the cat, then. It's the owner who was a ghost.
Maybe, yeah. I guess that's one of the things we're going to have to find out.
I don't think that the cat had much of a life to look forward to anyway if its owner was dead. I mean, it wasn't getting fed, was it? It was just like hanging around waiting for someone to tread on it to put it out of its misery.
It was probably trying to get under someone's foot.
Yeah, wanted to join its owner. Loved its owner so much. When his owner died, it's like, I need to get trod on. I'm going to go and join my owner in heaven. But then, as soon as someone actually does it...
People kept seeing it because, it's really difficult not to see a cat when it, tries to get under your foot while you're walking. And also, most people don't lift their feet that high.
That's true.
When they're just walking. So, but he was in the park, Daft John was in the park practicing walking like a robot.
Yeah.
Right, by lifting his legs up really high, and a cat got under there and he stamped on it, and then its ghost owner said, she said, "May the ghost of Tiddles haunt you forever." But then we don't know which ghost is
then got in his
him.
mouth.
Yeah, and went meow meow meow. I'm a cat meow.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Really a gog I was. I was really a gog." I don't know how he expected me to believe him. But I thought I'd better play along. Doesn't say why.
But I thought I'd better ask him what got in his mouth. Was it a cat ghost or an owner ghost?
Or did it come out of a trucker's penis?
Yes. Yeah, option 3. Yeah.
"What do you want me to do then?" I said. "Get it out, of course,"
Yes, here it comes.
exclaimed Prince.
Here it comes. Get my penis ghost out.
"Get it out of me, and there's only one way to get a ghost out of someone. Here, suck on this." Oh, no. I should have seen that one coming. I should have known that was where this conversation was going.
Every week it's something with Daft John. He gets me over. He's like, I've got this problem and it can only be solved by you putting your lips on this thing here. I've been bitten on the dong by a snake. Quickly, suck the poison out, he said. My penis is really, really dry. Quickly, make it wet.
Get it out, of course. I mean, that's got a double meaning as well. What do you want me to do? Get it out, of course, exclaimed Prince. Now I was certain he was off his rocker. He'd flipped his lid. Suddenly, I did something. Suddenly, I did something. I tried to stop myself, but it came.
Oh my God!
That's what it says. Suddenly, I did something. I tried to stop myself, but out it came. I began to laugh wildly.
Oh, right.
I didn't want to, but it kept on coming out. What are you laughing about? Shouted Prince. I said, I just remembered a joke I heard.
Oh my
I
God!
hope it-
Lee Brumby's joke.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Right? I mean, absolutely. I haven't read this before. It probably fucking is, right?
Oh my God!
Because you'll have written yourself into this corner. You go, I'm laughing, right? John gets upset, all right? And then I say I was thinking of a joke.
Yeah.
And what does someone say when they need to come up with a joke quickly?
Yes.
In a difficult situation? Well, what did Lee Brumby do?
It is going to be. Oh, I hope it is.
I just remembered a joke I heard. Prince looked at me. Oh, yeah? Tell it to me, then. At this point, I began to go pale. Then the front doorbell rang. Oh no,
saved
you're not
by
going to
the
tell it.
bell. I bet it's Screech.
It's probably Mr. Belding.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, it's definitely Mr. Belding, not Screech.
I still can't. I never watched that show, and you told me there's someone called Mr. Belding in it, and I've not stopped thinking about that since you told me.
Yeah.
That's just been on my mind. I can't believe that the headmaster in Saved by the Bell was called Mr. Belding. I just can't. And I know I've seen it in other places since you told me that, so I know you're not lying to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I'd be like, no, it's not true.
Brilliant.
So he was saved by Mr. Belding. Oh, God. I'm going to have to read this line again. Okay, so at this point I began to go pale. Then the front doorbell rang. Phew! Saved by the bell.
Yay!
Is what it says in the prose.
Brilliant.
Prince said, quickly, get me out. I don't want to be seen looking like a bruised apple. I should have took me Halloween costume off before I come round your house, to be honest. It's weird wearing it in February, isn't it? But I just really like it.
Is the ghost saying that, or is it him saying it? Is the ghost saying, get me out?
It says Prince said, but we don't know if the ghost is like using him like a puppet at this point.
Yeah.
But if it was, he'd probably be like going, meow, 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 give me some biscuits.
Yeah, it would be.
I shoved him out the back way.
Oh my God.
More euphemisms. I shoved him out the back way and agreed to meet him in Bell Green after. And then we're skipping forward, so we're not going to find out what happened with Mr. Belding.
No, a shame.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, now we're just going to skip straight to the meeting section, where he goes and meets him. That's what's happening now. He's going to get meated.
Meeting on Bell Green. Bell Green. Oh, look, it's Bell Green, and I'm ready for you. I've been preparing for 5 minutes. I almost came 3 times. I don't know why I'm doing it, really.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Well, look at you, just in time to help me get my ghosts out, you know. Maybe that's what Henry Rollins is doing. He's gone upstairs to get his ghosts out.
Well, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to haunt Sally Edmead.
Yeah.
And he's all like, I might haunt her.
Yes.
If I don't get my ghosts out.
Yes. Definitely.
Is there a word? I was trying to think of it then, because haunt is what ghosts do. But if you put ghosts in a place, is there a word for that? If you a living person, like infesting a place with ghosts, right? Like if you put rats in a place, you can say you infested it with rats, right?
Sure.
But if you put ghosts in a place, is there a word for that?
No, Rivers, because you might not know this, there's no such thing as ghosts, so nobody needed to come up with a word for putting ghosts in a place.
You seem very sure about this. I've seen them on television lots. I've watched many episodes of Scooby-Doo, and that's
true.
not a good example.
That's a good point, actually.
That's not a good example.
Fair enough. But one does keep coming over, actually, and psychoanalyzing me, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I tell you what, every time I go and have dinner with my wife, she says she can't see or hear me.
Yeah.
She's pretty fucking conclusive to me.
Yeah.
All right. So I agreed to meet him in Belgreen after I'd spoke to Mr. Belding. There's themes in this story. At 7 p.m. I arrived. Prince was already waiting.
Already waiting.
Yeah, we know how. The doors opened and he was ready.
You sure you've read that word waiting right? You sure it isn't something else?
For once I am, because as I said, I think this is post-remedial handwriting class because I can read it without difficulty, and it's in pen, which is amazing.
Wow.
I do think there was a point in middle school, maybe quite early in middle school, where you had to do remedial handwriting class, and then you got clear, but then you just stopped caring.
Yes.
I feel like you just went, no, this is this takes more time.
Exactly.
Writing clearly takes effort and time, and I can't be bothered because later work, like when you're 14, 15, it's fucking unreadable.
There's a reason, is that, if you take time writing it, your brain's kind of like waiting, isn't it? And then it forgets everything. So I need to
Your brain's upstairs
I've got
waiting
to
for
write
5 minutes.
Fast. Yes. Yeah, all right.
All right, so I arrived. Prince was waiting. Where have you been? Said Prince grimly. And Grimly is with a capital G, so his name is Prince Grimly.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's his full name. Daft John is a nickname. Prince Grimly is his full name. I got done for leaving muddy footprints all over the carpet.
Right.
I don't know how far the phrasing "I got done for doing something" stretches. I feel like it probably at least doesn't get out of this country. So if you don't know, getting done for something, and if you can't work it out from context, getting done for something is being told off by an adult when you're a child. So you get done by teachers, or you get done. It does. Yeah. It sounds bad when I say it like this, doesn't it? Yeah. You get done by teachers, and you get done in England. You get done by teachers, and you get done by parents and adults in general. They're always coming around and doing you. No, it's very much the phrasing "get done." You need both. It doesn't help, does it? I hope we don't say that anymore. I hope that died out years ago.
Oh,
People
I hope
aren't
we
still
do.
getting done by adults.
I'm going to do you.
So, I got done for leaving muddy footprints all over the carpet. Then there was a pause. I'm sorry, said Prince, but the ghost wouldn't let me take them off.
So, yeah, okay, fair enough. I get it. So it's his muddy footprints.
We were talking when suddenly Prince's eyes started twinkling. Oh no, I read that wrong because I saw eyes, I saw a word that looked like twinkling, but it's a more unexpected word. We were talking when suddenly Prince's eyes started twirling round and round.
Just like a cat.
He didn't notice. Then his nose grew long and pointed.
Just like a cat.
Yeah. I was really shocked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What you looking at? Your nose is a bit long, I said. It's the ghost, cried Prince. You know how ghosts get inside you. You know, they turn to white steam, get inside you, make your nose long. You know that famous fucking ghost thing that ghosts do?
Yeah.
Half the time they're out psychoanalyzing boys, and the other half they're getting in your face and making your nose long and your eyes twirl.
Yeah.
The events...
Wow.
I just saw how you're going to get to the end quickly. The events that happened during that week were many. Yes.
Yeah. 2 of the events went into a butcher's shop.
One got in a car.
The car drove off.
The events that happened during that week were many. They were strange things that led me to believe Prince Kong... That is his name. Prince Kong
only now
had actually swallowed a ghost. Yeah, it was in a note at the beginning where it said Daft John is actually called Prince Kong. But yeah, this is the first. On the last page, you finally call him Prince Kong, and at no point do you call him Daft John. Not once.
Oh my God.
You did completely just title it Daft John and then forget to include anyone called Daft John, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right, Daft John. Okay. Hello, said Prince. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? All right. Sorry, I'll make up for it. You realised before that, like on the last page, okay, I'll make up for it. Said Prince Kong. No, hang on, that doesn't help at all. Oh, hang on, pencil. All right. So, strange things happened that led me to believe that Prince Kong had actually swallowed a ghost. You're not going to say what those strange things were, but that's okay. My first idea was to try and contact the ghost.
So I started shoving letters down his mouth.
Then I remembered that the ghost was a cat and probably couldn't read, so I started shoving mice down his face.
A fish on a hook and kind of like went actual fishing. Yeah, actual fishing.
Do you want to explain why that is actual fishing,
Because
but trying to catch fish with worms isn't?
Well, it's called actual fishing because you use a fish. And that is
yeah, but when you
fishing.
go fishing, you try and catch actual fish.
When you hold a fish on the end of a string, that's called fishing.
That's true fishing. All these people with their worms on hooks.
That's worming.
They're not real fishermen.
They're going worming. They just don't like to admit it.
Oh, where are you going? Going to go out worming at the river, are you? Oh, have a good day worming, wormer man. I'll be fishing by putting this fish down my friend's mouth on a hook. While you're out worming in a lake, I'm going to be proper fishing, all right?
I like the fact that you also said down his mouth, because that's not a thing, right? It's down your throat, isn't it? No one ever says down your mouth.
No, absolutely. I feel like I was going to say down his throat, but then I changed at the last minute, probably because I remembered you saying it. Okay. So my first idea was to try and contact the ghost. This was a bit of a failure, though, because I tried to contact him by sticking a fish down my friend's mouth. And that doesn't do anything. That achieves nothing. I did upset some wormermen. I really upset some local wormermen when I went around shouting at them that they're not fishermen.
Yeah, I also upset Wormer Woman, and she span around and got me with a lasso.
So... You just no detail in a lot of these things. This is another, like, we're adding some amazing details about putting fish down people's mouths.
Yeah.
But in the actual story says, my first idea was to try and contact the ghost. This was a bit of a failure, though, as Prince didn't really take it seriously.
Why? Why didn't he?
Doesn't say. Doesn't tell us how you did it or what the result was.
Prince Kong. You're so daft. I wonder they didn't call you something else. I don't know.
You're such a Daft John, Prince Kong. I said.
Yeah.
To try and make the title make sense.
Yeah.
Next, Prince had an idea. All right, now, I want you to know that what I'm about to read is absolutely what is written on this page. And I'm not doing a bit of a joke, all right?
Yeah.
This is real. This is real.
Why wouldn't it be real?
Next, Prince had an idea. I lowered a fishing hook down his throat.
Not with a fish on, though, right?
No.
You know, that is me having the same idea, like 30 years apart.
Yeah, slightly different. You did add a fish this time. Yeah. Probably because you remembered how it didn't work the first time you did it. You're like, better put a fish on this time. Yeah. I lowered a fishing hook down his throat. Unfortunately, it caught him somewhere and he cried. Somewhere. He's so vague about everything. The last 3 paragraphs have been some events happened that were weird that made me believe him. Next paragraph. My first idea didn't work because John didn't take it seriously. Third paragraph. I lowered a fishing hook down his throat. Ooh, specifics. It caught him somewhere and he cried. Now it's weird because it says, unfortunately, it caught him somewhere and he cried. That didn't hurt, he swore.
Swore Prince Kong. The titular Prince Kong.
Yeah, that should be that's a good joke. All right, the titular Prince Kong said, hang on a minute, wait a minute, it's called Daft John. Next, we tried to scare the ghost out. So I started jumping. Now,
Yeah, good.
I have to admit,
Famous.
this sentence does continue.
Okay.
There is more to it, but when I glanced at it, I saw, so I started jumping, and I wanted to share that moment with you. But actually, it says we tried to scare the ghost out, so I started jumping out in front of Prince with gory masks on. But the only one I managed to scare was Prince. A whole month had passed.
Wow.
Since he first swallowed the ghost. I love this is a story about someone swallowing a ghost.
Yeah.
That's your main idea. Then I came up with another idea. I wonder if you bother to tell us what it is this time.
No.
I decided to do something, but it didn't work because Daft John did a thing. Oh, no, hang on, his name's Prince Kong. Because Prince Kong did a thing. So a whole month had passed since he first swallowed the ghost. Then I came up with another idea. That Prince should drive the ghost crazy by making it dizzy and getting hard.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's right. That's it. They were really talking about swallowing ghosts now, aren't we? You need to get hard if you want me to swallow your ghost.
Oh, fuck, it says eating. Drive the ghost crazy by making it dizzy and eating hard things so they could drop on its head. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
This is so confusing.
Have you thought about eating rocks so that it falls on the ghost's head and bonks him on his ghost head?
Yeah, his famous ghost head.
Is that how ghosts work?
Yeah.
Just eat rocks. Just eat a fucking rock, Daft John. What's your fucking name? Eat this rock, Prince Kong.
And is the dizzy bit part of the same plan, or is that a separate plan? Is
No,
it
it's
just
just-
spin around and then eat rocks?
Yeah. How am I going to get me ghost out? Spin around and eat rock. I don't think I want to be friends with you anymore. Yeah, that's your plan.
Well, I hope it sounds like a winner.
So eating hard things so they could drop on its head. So he ate. Doesn't say what he ate. It just says he ate. And we know they're hard things, so rocks. Nothing happened. Then he span around.
Right.
But the only thing he succeeded in doing was knocking over a pepper pot.
I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Achoo, went I. Trying to have a bit of a poetic dialogue tag there. Achoo, went I. Achoo, meow.
Oh, wow.
Went Prince.
My God.
What was that? I said. I think I know, said Prince, and pointed at the misty shadow of a small creature, tinged the colour green.
Ooh. Ghost
The end.
covered in boogers. The end.
Ghost covered in snot. Snot ghost. Now, I've got a surprise for you. That is the end, but
yeah.
I've got one final surprise for you. Because for this, you got, from Mr. Cotton, you got, out of 20, you got 18. Oh,
No!
And as I've told you, you always get 19 for everything. This is the only thing you ever wrote that Mr. Cotton did not think deserved 19. So there was something about this that he did not like. And I think it's all that stuff about blowing truckers. He was like, Howard, you're only 12. I don't think you should be going to truck stops and sucking the ghosts out of truckers and then writing it in your school book.
Get out of my room, Mr. Cotton. Stop coming round here and psychoanalysing me.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. We'll be back next week with an even more exciting, special, brand new type of episode.
Oh, man, I don't know whether we can beat this because whilst you were all listening to that at home, I've got some really great news. We just won an award. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the Bad Title Awards. The Bad Title Awards have been on the phone, and we just got the most inaccurately titled story ever award for Daft John.
I mean, no, I don't know if it's the mo, because he was pretty daft. He just wasn't called
he
John.
wasn't in it.
If there was an award for, like, the biggest letdown or the most broken promise, in a title, then this story's called Daft John, but it doesn't have anyone called Daft John in it. I think that's going to win.
Well, actually, maybe it's really accurate then, because he was so daft he forgot to turn up.
Maybe what happened was, just before the story started, Doctor Who's TARDIS turned up, right? Daft John's like, oh, look, it's a TARDIS, got in it, and was taken to Gallifrey to live with Wolfie, right? And therefore, when the story started, Daft John's two best friends, me and Prince Kong, right? They're all like, oh, where's Daft John? I don't know. I haven't seen him since he got in Doctor Who's TARDIS.
TARDIS. Yeah.
And then they never mention him again because he's so daft he accidentally gets kidnapped and left on another planet.
It's amazing.
All right, canon.
Splendid.
So why don't you, listener, go to patreon.com/manbycow and check out all the exciting things you could get immediately if you signed up for as little as $2 a month. And if you do that quickly, you can also join our weekly Saturday night live streams when we're reading our patrons writing their short stories in an event called The Worst Writers in the World.
Yes, get involved with that. And also, brand new to the Secret Gang, you're going to love this. Now, if you join, you'll be able to hear Lee Brumby's joke from the from the Marvel 1980 annual.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no,
only $30. You can learn the joke.
All right. Now, I always think that one of the good things about our Patreon is it's not hugely disappointing. We promise certain things and people sign up, they get them and they're pleased about it, they like them. In fact, if anything, I'd say people get a lot more than they're expecting, so they're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
If anyone signs up for even $2 to hear Lee Brumby's joke, they're going to be so annoyed with us. Right? I think you have to do it now. I think you have to do it for free now. You've set us up. Well, I mean, you've teased us with it. I want to hear the joke. I mean, I'm expecting big things. This is a joke so good that you remember it 30 years later. So, and keep going on about it, but not telling us what it is. So, come on, Howard. What is Lee Brumby's joke? Tell us the story.
The story. Okay. Well, so Lee Brumby, right, the inventor of jumping poo.
I can't believe you're using his real name as well. Howard hasn't changed any names. He never does.
Well, you say that, but the thing is, I might be getting him confused with Paul Kenny because...
Yeah, actually, when you've told me about jumping poo in the past, it's definitely been Paul Kenny.
No, I think Paul Kenny invented Shark Train. And...
Tell us the joke, Howard.
Shark Train is just tag, but you run around with your hand on top of your head like a shark's fin, and that was Shark Train.
What's the... Shark Train?
Yes.
What's the train? I mean,
you go choo-choo as you do as well. Yeah,
that's all right. That's all right.
You're a shark that's a train trying to catch people.
See, I was worried that the train was just redundant there, but if you're going choo-choo, then I understand. I'm on board. The train.
Yeah,
I know that
train. I know for a fact that you've not seen Jaws, but you would watch it if you thought the shark was a train, because I know you love trains.
And it was playing tag. I love trains. More on that next week.
Yeah, more on that next week. But right now, okay, we will end with the Lee Brumby joke, because I know everyone's gagging to hear it. So Lee Brumby, the inventor of Shark Train. Oh, no, sorry, that's Paul Kenny. Lee Brumby, the inventor of jumping poo, where you got to jump in poo, but don't totally jump in it, because you don't want to get shit everywhere. You just want to get it on the side of your shoe. You see who can jump most in the shoe without fully jumping in the shoe. Yeah. He brought a Marvel annual to school, and
we know this
he claimed it. It was important. He claimed it was a joke book, but it clearly wasn't.
It was
like a Marvel character on the front of it. Yeah. Maybe it was like Iron the Man. Hulk or the Iron Man. And so he said, "Okay, tell us a joke from the book then." So he opened the book and he said, "What?"
This had better be good. After all this had better be good.
He said, "What did Spider-Man say to the Hulk?"
What did Spider-Man say to the Hulk?
"You're a piece of milk."
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.